I asked you guys to ask me some questions on Instagram, so we are going to be answering those today while I'm getting ready. I got a lot of questions, so I'm going to try to go through these as quick as possible and do as many as possible. Have I switched up my eating habits or exercise routine? Eating habits, not really. I really just try to stick to whole foods, although I have been having a lot of stomach issues lately, so yeah, I'm starting to kind of like experiment with what's giving me problems. As far as exercise goes, I've been doing a lot of Pilates, bar, HIIT workouts at home, and then when I go to the gym, which has not been very often lately, I lift. What made me decide to not wear my hair natural on my wedding day? Honestly, I wear my hair curly pretty much every single day, so I just wanted to switch it up. Plus, curls can be a little bit unpredictable, and the idea of that stressed me out a bit. What types of bras do I recommend for someone with a bigger bust? So I just discovered True & Co. and Cup. I'm actually wearing the True & Co. bra right now. It's so comfortable, perfect for every day. I will leave the two site links in the description box, but those are really, really nice, comfortable everyday bras, and they go up to a pretty high size, which is nice. A lot of people were asking where I get my glasses from. Pretty much all of my glasses are from Firmoo. Again, I will leave that link down below. Have I ever struggled with self-confidence? If so, what did you do to overcome it? And yeah, of course. I mean, I still struggle with it. I think the road to self-acceptance is a ever-long journey. The biggest thing is you have to stop comparing yourself to others, and that's so hard with the world that we live in today because of social media. Just focus on what you love about yourself. When you start to do that, you think of yourself in a more loving and positive way, and it kind of radiates into other areas. And just be gentle with yourself. We're so tough on ourselves, but we would never be like that to a friend. Just be kind to yourself and know that you have so much to offer. Also, a lot of people are asking where I went to college, what I studied. So I went to Rutgers Business School, and I graduated with a bachelor's in business. Solution for hair fall. I mean, a certain amount of hair fall is totally normal. If you feel like maybe it's a little bit too much, try clarifying. Sometimes your hair follicles can get clogged with like oils and dirt and things like that, and it could be leading to your hair falling out. This is also tricky because it can be indicative of maybe an underlying health issue. So if you feel like you have extreme hair fall, you may want to seek medical advice and go talk to a doctor. My favorite Diva Curl product, probably the Super Cream and the Matcha hair mask. I also had a lot of questions on how to get more curls towards the roots, and I struggle with this too. My hair doesn't like to curl at the root. I think that is partly a trait of your curl pattern, and for me, I think it has to do with the length and heaviness of my hair. So if you have longer hair, that could also be causing it. But if I really want to focus on getting more curl right up to the root, I will diffuse my hair. Diffusing always gives me a more defined curl pattern, and also diffuse upside down. That really helps a lot. How long did it take until all of your hair curled in the same way? My hair still does not all curl in the same way. I have a plethora of curl patterns going on. I wouldn't worry about it too much. It adds character to your hair. I think it's pretty rare for someone to have all the same curl pattern throughout their entire head. How long have you done the CGM until you started to have results like now? I'd say probably like a year and a half. Can you show us some good curly hairstyles? So my go-to, as you can see today, are using headbands, bandanas, scrunchies. I like accessories to just amplify any hair look. It instantly makes it feel more put together. It also distracts from like any bad hair days. But if I'm doing a hairstyle, it's normally going to be a messy bun or something half up, half down. I do have some videos where I show curly hairstyles, so I will link those. So I have someone asking about my weekly curly hair routine. I still want to do that video, a week with curly hair, and probably make it like a vlog style, but I basically wash my hair anywhere from 1 to 3 times a week, depending on like what products I used, if what I have going on that week, whatever. I always deep condition either the night before I wash my hair or the morning of. But if I'm washing my hair 3 times a week, I'll probably deep condition 1 or 2 times a week. And then as far as refreshing goes, I actually don't refresh every second, third day. It just kind of depends what my hair looks like. Like I didn't do anything to my hair today. I mean, it's definitely more wavy. I kind of just like to let it do its thing sometimes, most times, but also because I'm lazy. Hi, I was curious on how to get rid of frizz because the back of my curls are great, but the front is not too good. The biggest thing for frizz is applying product to soaking wet hair. As soon as you start letting your hair dry without any product in it, you are promoting formation of frizz. Bring your hair products in the shower, use them in there, and then also using a gel to create a cast around your curls is really helpful for frizz. My favorite clothing stores to shop at, Urban Outfitters, Zara, and Madewell. Those are like my top 3. What is your favorite way to spend a day? I'm such an introvert homebody, so I love spending time at home. And Vinny and I just love to watch Netflix or play video games, snack and laugh and have fun. That's like our favorite way to spend the day. How do you sleep with your hair? Mine always gets so tangled. So I sleep with my hair a few different ways, in like a pineapple, in a scarf, in a ponytail, in a braid. But honestly, I always wake up with some sort of tangles in my hair. My hair tangles incredibly easily. Your skin is so dewy and your hair is so shiny. Thank you. How much liquid do you drink during a day? Not nearly enough. I could go the entire day without drinking any water. It's so bad. So I guess it's just all of my skincare products. I'm one dehydrated person, let me tell you. What mousse do you recommend for second day hair to kind of activate the curls? I have it right here. The Blue Sea Kale and Pure Coconut Weightless Mousse by Not Your Mother's. Amazing for second day because, and wash day as well, but really great for second day because it does not leave your hair crunchy at all. Do you ever wish your hair was straight? Of course. I think we all want what we don't have, and then, the second my hair would be straight, I'd want it to be curly. Like, actually, when I straighten my hair, I cannot wait to wash it sometimes because I just feel like I want my curls back. So I think everyone wants what we don't have. It's the curse of humanity. Wedding planning advice. Mine is in September. Congratulations, it's really exciting. Don't let anyone dictate what you should or shouldn't do. There's no wrong way to do anything. Also, when it comes to vendors, try to get recommendations from previous vendors you've already booked. Generally, they will provide a list of people that they really like their work, they enjoy working with, and if you have a really good group or team of people, I feel like everything just runs really smoothly. Oh, and then one last thing, don't lose sight of why you're doing it. I think a lot of people get overwhelmed with the details and feel like everything has to be perfect. But in reality, it's going to be a great day no matter what. Best dating and marriage advice. Well, I haven't been married that long, but as far as dating advice goes, I would say don't settle. I'm also a really firm believer in that if someone wants to be with you, they will. And you should not have to convince someone to be with you. And then as far as marriage goes, all good relationships are based off of trust, communication, respect. Don't forget that you guys are a team, support each other's dreams, and just have a lot of fun. Don't forget to laugh and never stop dating. But the good part of dating, not like the awkward bad part. Ooh, do you plan on cutting your hair short anytime soon or will you keep it long? I really, really want to cut my hair. I love my long hair, but I'm like craving a really cute short haircut. I guess kind of short, like up to like my collarbones. I want to do it so badly, but I'm really afraid. How often do I cut or trim my hair? I try to cut my hair about every 8 to 10 weeks or so, sometimes less, sometimes more. I really just go off of how my hair is feeling. I'll start to notice that the ends get really knotty and dry, and that's kind of when I know it's time for a trim. Any tips on how to get my fiance more involved in our wedding planning? So actually, Vin wasn't the most involved in our wedding planning either. I kind of asked him if I could take that on. At the time, he was in his 3rd year of med school, so, it's a very stressful time. But I will say that I did get him involved by bringing him options. So, I would narrow things down and be like, hey, okay, so what's your favorite of these 3? So that might be a way to kind of spark his interest. Favorite under eye corrector or concealer? Okay, actually I have all of my favorites right here, so I will show you. So for high coverage, I really like the Too Faced Born This Way. My favorite everyday is the Glossier Stretch. This is not full coverage by any means. It's very dewy and lightweight. And then if you want something less dewy with a little more coverage but still a really natural finish, the RMS uncover up is really great. Did you cut your own bangs? And I love, love, love them. Thank you. And feeling inspired, but DIY, bad idea? Possibly, it could be. If you're interested in doing it, just watch a lot of videos online, look at everyone's different techniques, and then you can kind of figure out what would work best for you. And it's just hair, it grows back. I mean, if it doesn't come out good, you can always throw a headband on or throw your hair up. It's really not the end of the world. And if you don't know you're gonna like them, I always say I'd rather make a mistake on myself for free than pay someone for something I don't like. So I don't know, that's just my 2 cents on it. But if you really feel like you don't have the ability to do it, maybe go seek a professional. But I don't know. Yeah, you use your own discretion on that one. I also got a lot of questions about my eyebrows and my eyebrow routine. I do use a castor oil on my brows almost every single night, and I think that's helped to grow them out a bit. As far as like grooming, I don't do anything to them. I literally haven't waxed, plucked. I do trim the hairs, that's all I do, but I don't do any sort of like hair removal on them. And then as far as brow like products go, I really like the Nude Sticks Brow Stylus, the Milk Makeup Pencil, and then the Glossier Boy Brow for a brow gel, or the Milk Makeup Cush Brow. Those are like my favorite. How old am I? I am 26. My favorite curling cream and my favorite gel. Creams are the Super Cream, obviously, the Amika Curl Core, and is there anything else that I really like? And then as far as gels go, Mop Top, I really like. The new Garnier Jelly is also really nice, which is very similar to Mop Top. The Amika Curl Core Gel is really good. And the Diva Curl Archangel Gel, because it's very moisturizing. How do you keep natural curly hair from going flat or losing its hold by the end of the day? I struggle with this a lot too. I'm constantly like fluffing my hair, shaking it out, trying to get more volume. But if you really want something that's going to hold all day, I'd recommend using some sort of texture spray or hairspray. I really like the Way texture spray and the Diva Curl hairspray. Those are really good without leaving your hair really stiff or crunchy. How did I push through my transition phase? I feel like I get a lot of questions asking about that. Honestly, just play around with hairstyles, wear your hair up in a bun, in braids, ponytails, just anything you can kind of do so you're not thinking about it, so you're not looking at it, and then one day magically you'll wash your hair and let it dry and it will be curly. So just take good care of your hair and experiment with a lot of cute hairstyles. Oh, I like this question. How do you want to better yourself this year? Being more fearless, saying yes, being present, and also being more intentional. Have you ever done any scalp oil treatments such as castor oil or red pimento oil? Yeah, I actually have both. I haven't been great with keeping up with those lately, but they are really good if you use them consistently. Can you speak any other language? No, unfortunately, I cannot. I know a tiny little bit of Spanish from school, but that's it. What is your favorite food? I like all the food. Do you ever color your hair? Do you know of a healthy way to do it? I used to color my hair a ton, but that was when my hair was not healthy. I think looking for natural options is probably a good idea, so anything that doesn't contain as many chemicals, maybe henna. I've never tried it before, but maybe look into that. Do you think mental health is a priority over your choice of where to attend uni? I think mental health should always be a priority. If you're not in a good place mentally, you're not going to be able to do anything to the best of your ability, and it's not going to be a positive experience for you. So, I mean, in general, I think mental health is so important in any decision that you make. So yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's answer a few more questions. Do you like your new bangs? How do you get them to lay in a relaxed way? Mine curl up too much. Like I just mentioned earlier, the top of my hair, like near the roots, doesn't curl that much naturally, so I think it allows my bangs to kind of sit in a more relaxed way. But also something I do is I kind of tuck them behind my ear, like on the opposite side, and that helps to pull the curl out a little bit naturally. What are some good creams or gels to pair with Mop Top Curly Hair Custard? I like the Super Cream with the Mop Top, or just using like a light leave-in is also really good with that as well, because it does give you some moisture. How can you tell if a product weighs your hair down? You'll notice that you have no volume. Your curls will clump together in a very stringy way. It will just look like your hair is oily and weighed down. And I feel like the product doesn't really penetrate your hair, so it's just kind of like sitting on the surface. How have you grown your hair so long? I find my curly hair so hard to grow. It looks gorgeous, by the way. Thank you. No heat, regular deep conditioning, regular trims, eating healthy. Unfortunately, there's no magic equation. It's just, that's all I do. Favorite Netflix series? There's a lot. As far as like shows that I continually like rewatch, like before I go to bed, my favorites are New Girl, Parks and Rec, The Office, Archer. Oh, you know what? Archer is not even on Netflix anymore. My favorite show, maybe ever, Sons of Anarchy. Netflix has some really funny adult cartoons. So inappropriate, but amazing. Disenchantment, Big Mouth, Paradise PD. And then if you guys have Hulu, you gotta watch Brickleberry. It's so funny. Vinny and I right now are also watching You, which we really like. Book or movie recommendations. I should have included this in my 2019 resolutions or how I want to better myself, but I definitely want to make more time to read. I'm reading the $100 Startup. If you're not looking to start a business, probably not something that would interest you, but Big Magic is a really good uplifting book to kind of tap into your creativity. And it's something that you can read like multiple times too and keep getting stuff out of it. So I really like that book. What's your Snapchat? I think it's Dani Marie, like my original YouTube name, but I never use Snapchat. I'm only on Instagram and I have a Twitter. I don't even update that. For me, it's like too much to keep up with. I need part of my life to be real life. And between YouTube and Instagram, I feel like I spend enough time online. How did your now husband react/support your curly hair journey? I mean, he's great. He literally supports anything that I want to do. He's an awesome cheerleader. I could tell him that I wanted to become a professional tree climber and he'll be like, okay, how do we make that happen? Yeah, he's just always supportive with everything. He's so great. How long did it take you to be totally comfortable with your natural hair? I think, like many things in life, we romanticize what we no longer have. So once I totally destroyed my hair, I then missed it and realized that I wanted my curls back. And that's kind of how it all began. And then I was just so hungry for treating my hair well and having my curls that once they did start to show back up, that's when I fully embraced them. And I was like, oh my God, what did I do? I was never uncomfortable with my curly hair. I'm just gonna say that. It was never something that like I felt bad or different for having. I guess just subconsciously with all of the dyeing and the straightening and stuff, I tried to change it. I think once I damaged my curls to the point of no return is when I kind of realized that I should probably just embrace what I have and have really nice healthy hair instead of like subpar shitty hair that's not mine. How do you fight the urge to not straighten your hair? Really, I mean, I do straighten my hair. Not very frequently, but I do sometimes. But I think if you are in the early stages of your journey, just know that straightening your hair is only doing more damage than good. I mean, even if your hair is healthy, there's always, you know, the risk of like breakage and damage. You kind of have to like decide what's more important. Like, is it really important that I have straight hair for like a week, or do I want my hair to look really good in the long run? What do you do with your hair when you exercise? Nothing special. I throw it in a ponytail, in a braid, and in a bun. That's pretty much it. Health tips. The biggest thing that I've learned when it comes to being healthy is you have to do what's sustainable for you. Make changes, even if they're so small, that transition towards a healthier lifestyle. If it's not sustainable, if you can't keep it up for the rest of your life, it's not worth it. It's not going to work. So if you focus on your health more and focus on making it a lifestyle, it's going to work out so much better. And it also takes the stress out of it, I think. I also got a question that I definitely wanted to answer. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to help because it's tough. It's a tough topic. So she says that she only really feels comfortable with herself when her hair looks really good, which it never really does. Even though I've tried so many curly girl approved things, any tips on coming to terms with the hair I have, on how I can accept them even though they don't look nearly as beautiful as yours or any other YouTubers? How can I learn to love my hair even on bad days, which are most days except washing days, and by doing that, learn to love myself more? So I think there's a few ways to approach this train of thought. By the way, I looked at your Instagram and your hair is beautiful. Just talking about hair, your hair is so unique. Curls are so different. They're never going to look like someone else's, and that's part of what makes them so beautiful. I know it's so much easier said than done, but try not to compare yourself or your looks to other people. And even if that means unfollowing people that create that toxic thought process, do it, because it's good to have motivation, but once it starts breaching into that like self-loathing, why doesn't my hair look like that? Why can't I be them territory? That's when it starts to become dangerous. Also, she mentions that she tried a lot of Curly Girl approved products. Maybe the Curly Girl method isn't working for you. Maybe you need a modified version of it. If you feel like you aren't happy with your hair, which you have every right to not be, I'm not telling you that you have to accept, and because I feel like that's an easy thing for me to say is like, oh, it's just hair, accept it how it is. At the end of the day, if you're not happy with it, you're still having these feelings and it's still affecting you. If you feel like the routine that so many people are preaching about is not working for you, switch it up, experiment, and you may find that something else works way better. But then on the flip side, your hair doesn't make you who you are. It's just something growing out of your head. It doesn't define you. The less that you focus on something, the more, and I don't know what the hell pseudoscience this is, but it works. Like when I stopped trying so much to lose weight, I actually lost weight and became happier with my body. And the less you like bash something and you're negatively focusing on it, it kind of all comes together and you reach like a happy place with it. I think that can be said for anything. I think we also forget to look at the other side of this, and we forget that, you know, there's people who look at you and think, oh my gosh, I wish I had her hair, or I wish I was her. We kind of take like what we have for granted and never think that it's good enough. And I think that mindset has to end somewhere. I'm rambling. I'm probably not even helping. Who let me do this? I'm not qualified. All right, so on that note, this Q&A has come to an end. Thank you for all of your questions. I hope you have an amazing day, an amazing rest of your week. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time.